Hello, hello. So this is the second half of the raid on Kaineng Center video that I'm doing. I'm just going to hope that I beat it because I'm tired. I only lost it like 2 or 3 times. With factions, only one of each profession, so there's going to be a learning curve. Really a build curve, if we're being honest. So I have like some different setup. I kind of staggered my heroes so that the enemies are forced to like run into them. So like if an enemy is going to try to like get past them, ideally they won't be able to do that very easily. The main thing I'm noticing that's good is like when the enemies ball up, I just get like some fat AoEs down on them and just kind of switch to the next group. I'm gonna kind of like body block these. Just do a little bit tanky. Alright, so I'll go up to this Necro. Might as well go for this. It's two targets. So it seems like having the guards stay back with you is just better. The reason for this is they benefit from your Soul Twister, and also you can heal them and keep them alive, and they clean up damage and body block, so it seems to just be much better to just have them all back with you, so that you can just like kind of passively tank, or like turtle rather. This formation I'm using seems okay. I think some of these are nearby of each other, but as long as they're like dominating the enemy mesmer, or the enemy like casters, we're fine. Protector's defense is really good at tanking. All of your adjacent become extremely tanky against physical, so... Alright, so I'm gonna go drop this on him. I'm gonna switch to this group, who is dominating these guys over here. Actually, I probably should delay for a second. Okay, now I'm gonna hit them. So I'm waiting for them to get in casting range. And then I'm just going to, like, DPS them. Because these dudes have this group over here. That group seems to be getting fucked up. Sufficiently fucked up. I'm not going to chase them. It's not worth it. Alright, what do we got? Archer. Just kill this archer, I guess. Okay, kill these dudes. This shouldn't be cool. It's not obstructed. That's good. No, they killed his pet. Beat his ass. So this is like my new Ellie build, basically. Oops, I'm being an idiot here. So the idea behind it is that I just have 10 tactics for the shield. Obviously I can't run command because that's in Nightfall. Command would be much better because you could just run, you could run stand your ground. You could run whatever you want and it would be much better. But Protector's defense is really strong. You can actually use this to cause like any ally spirits, the gates, to tank physical. And the main threat to them is physical, because physical attacks really fast. Alright, so once these dudes res, I'm just going to keep rounding them up. Because what they do is they delay enemies, and they help clean up kills. So I'm just going to keep them with me at all times. And the ones that are already close, I'll just leave. Because there's no reason, like, you know. You basically want these to act as like a distraction. So if they do that, they're doing their job. And you have to pay attention to like when threats arrive too. So this formation seems to be decent. It's kind of like an S. The reason I think it's good is because when they try to go for the gate, they get immediately body blocked by this dude. And then if they try to go even further, they get body blocked by an ST. So it's actually pre-ST. It's always a good idea to pre-ST for obvious reasons. It just makes your entire team tanky, because like sometimes when enemies get burst in, they'll just randomly kill you. Alright, so now we got some big threats coming in, so I'm actually going to just pop Protector's defense and just stand in this AoE, just to like make everything tanky against these backline, or these melee. And then DPS this Ellie down. Cool. So I think I'm going to win this one. It looks that way. This formation seems to really be what's carrying me. And also keeping as many Canthan guards alive as possible is helping. Definitely. I just enchanted in the wrong order. Alright, so I see this big threat's coming. I might as well throw Breath of Fire down on him. I have like a second or two. Cool. Alright, they should rotate back into me. What do we do? No, actually, alright. Okay, what do we got? These dudes. Alright, so we have a pretty big force coming in from the one side, but it looks like we're clearing, okay, we cleared their back line pretty quick. So this is why this build's good. These enemies are just kind of balling up because of the way this map is designed. I like that this is taking place in like a town. This is I actually really enjoy Winds of Change. It's really cool, even though it's kind of hard and annoying sometimes. I mean, it's only hard because of the restrictions of factions only and everything, but... Alright, here we go. This is the final harangue. Alright, so make sure all of my dudes with me. Alright, these guys, I don't want them to be alone, so I'm going to pull them back. Hopefully we get this. This will be a big breakthrough for me. Because obviously this is one of the hardest parts of Winds of Change. I could run multiple minion masters, it says to do that in the guide, but like, you need them to be primary necros for the minions to not just instantly die constantly. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to let them get into casting range, which they will happily do. Let's make sure I'm on... What are they even fighting? Oh wait, what's ST? Okay. Alright, we're about to get slammed. Whoops, I'm using AoEs incorrectly. Okay, I'm gonna kind of make sure I'm body blocking if I can. Throw down some spam. So the great thing about Breath of Fire, and I even went over this in the video that covers it, is it's extremely powerful because it has a low cooldown, and it can just put like it can essentially put out like 200 damage over time. So it's really strong at just like getting down spammy AoEs, and it's great with Flare because when you just use the two together, you like average like around like 80 DPS between two skills, which is pretty good for factions only. Alright, so sweet, we got our first boss. Got our first boss. He's coming in. He's coming in hot. Let's make sure these are pulled back. I want them to run into him. I'm gonna... Oh shit. He needs to die now. Okay, he's down. Good. We got some Ellies. Get tanky. Oh, we kill it? Looks like we got this. I think this is it. He's like talking shit, that's so funny. I think we got this actually. Is this... We've done it, oh my god. Oh my god, I fucking did it. Jesus Christ, dude, this was so annoying. I mean, I only failed like 5 or 6 times, but it's like... How long was this? 19 minutes? I kept getting like 18 minutes and just barely losing. Oh my god. Fuck yes. Alright, I'm just gonna collect all this shit. We got this. Got all my boys with me. My Canthan guards. This pet seems to help though. I mean, obviously the main... Alright, so here's the build. So here's my Mesmers. I have an Assassin Mesmer. Return and Dark Escape are insanely useful in this. Those are probably what carried me for the most part, because like, it just makes your dude super tanky. Alright, let's turn in this quest. We finally fucking did it. Look at all these requisition orders. Jesus Christ. There goes the neighborhood hard mode. Fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah, we did it. Alright, we got that out of the way. Jesus Christ. Alright, let's get... Let me see all my equipment wrecks. Nice. I'm gonna get another... I got this legit, like, I actually got this from doing Winds of Change, and I got another item too, but I'm gonna keep getting, I have like a sword, I think I have a Dom wand as well. I could be wrong. I think that might be on my main account, but yeah, it's nice. Feels good. Feels good to get this shit, you know what I'm saying? 6 equipment requisitions. Like, weapon is 15. That's crazy. This quest I'm about to do is like... This new account has some shit on it. It's not like loaded, but it's doing okay. Alright, so that's Raid on Kaineng Center. Looks like I got it in one shot. I recorded it in 2 parts though, but here's the builds. I'll go over them really quick. Alright, so this is the factions only meta, at least as far as I can tell. Soul Twister, your writ has to be a Soul Twister. If you're forced of running one of each, you can't run a Signet of Spirits. They die too fast. They don't deal enough damage. In Winds of Change, it's all about AoE. You can't fuck around. You could run Signet of Spirits if you have multiple writs, obviously. But if you want to not wipe and you want to actually like kill things, like these are the builds that I have to run. So like here's like kind of the breakdown. You have your 2 Earth Ellies that have Meteor, Bed of Coals, Unsteady Ground, and Churning Earth. You have Ward Against Melee, and then also Ash Blast. This one has a pet. This one has Energy Management and Soft Res. I'm going to put the Flesh of My Flesh back on this dude. Where is it? Restoration. Flesh of My Flesh. Alright. So... These are damage and control. This is exactly what a Mesmer does. A Dom Mesmer controls and does damage. So this Bed of Coals, Meteor, Ash Blast, Unsteady, Churning Earth combo just controls the shit out of enemies. You have 2 nearby spammy knockdowns. One's on a 15-second cooldown, and enemy casters will attack and knock themselves down in this. So this Unsteady Ground is low-key, like almost like in this situation, it's S tier for this meta, not the main game. The main game it's like A+ tier, but in this game, this is S tier. Same thing with Double Dragon. This is always S tier, but it's especially Mighty Woods Verizon is actually surprisingly good, giving your Soul Twister 30 more energy and 15 armor makes it tanky and makes it be able to spam more. And when it gets bipped, it just has a larger pool, so it's like the dude will bip them at 50% energy. So when they're at 50%, it just keeps their energy really high. The monk build, Divine Boon just helps your prot just hit for more health. Spirit Bond is insane. Life Sheath is insane. Spammable condition removal is good. Spirit Bond just prevents you from dying when you're getting spiked. It's great. Shield Guardian's decent because what it does is it's not so good for the block. It's good for the healing and earshot. So when all of your dudes get hits, everyone just gets healed for 40. So even if only half get hit, everyone's getting healed for 160, which isn't bad. And everyone blocks an attack, which is okay. Aegis is decent, obviously, because, tanky. You have Aegis and Ward Against Melee, so you have 2 big mitigation against physical. Smite Hacks for some damage, just helps contribute to some damage. And then you got your Mesmers. I like to run Dark Escape and Return. I run both on my Monk because AI prioritizes monks, so he's a big fucking target. So taking half damage, getting increased movement speed, shadow stepping away, and putting cripple on foes is extremely strong. Return is probably better than Dark Escape, but when you run both, whoever has it will be tanky. I run Dark Escape on my Soul Twister so that if they ever get focused, they can just basically not... Like 15 armor and half damage, like you're not going to die, really. Like you're pretty tanky. But yeah, you have your control damage. Psychic instability is insane. When you have limited access to Mesmers, it's much better than E-Surge because E-Surge is only really good when you get fat burst damage. Otherwise, it's just like okay nearby damage. Like one E-Surger is just not good. You're better off with control. Like Stolen Speed. It's not bad, but like Stolen Speed and Psychic Instability are just like S tier in this factions only meta, and Energy Surge is like A tier, unless you have a bunch of Mesmers. But I that's why I'm restricted to one. Shared Burden on the Assassin. There's no real good build for Assassin hero. Assassin player, you can run Dagger Spam, you can run Shadow Form. Assassin hero sucks at Dagger Spam. It just can't do it well. It just doesn't use the skills fast enough. It's a liability. It dies often. it doesn't know when to kite or when to like get out of AoE. It'll generally just get spiked constantly. So I have it on shared burden. The reason for this is 2 second casting time is brutal. So like if I subbed in E-Surge, which I could run, it's just not gonna. The control is better, and then also Arcane Conundrum is great. Just reduces damage. You have all this knockdown spam. So with Conundrum and shared burden, enemies aren't as efficient. So you have Overload. This also helps with Overload because both Mesmers have it. A natural signal, Cry of Frustration. So all of this like works together. And then sometimes I run Earthbind instead of Displacement. But in a long fight, you want Displacement. Like in a short fight, Earthbind's better, but in a long fight, Displacement's better. The reason for this is it makes you tanky. Sustainability is better than offense when you need to survive, unless your offense is so good and like consistent, it can just keep killing everything. But shit, dude, we finally fucking hit a milestone. So we're almost. I know this quest will be easy. There goes the neighborhood. This one you just kill like some groups of enemies in hard mode. Like that's not even an issue. So I'm gonna actually record that one right now. But definitely thanks for checking this out. I'll see you in the next one, and peace.